Hi guys, it's Elaine here, the Animal Reiki Lady. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. It is great to see you here. Thanks for joining me. We are going to have a little channeling session today directly from Lucy. What I do in the morning is close my eyes, create a quiet space in my mind and my heart, and I ask to receive whatever information the animals want to share. So today we're going to be talking about that there is an afterlife for our pets, and it's not at the Rainbow Bridge. So for those of you who may be watching me for the very first time, my name is Elaine. I am the Animal Reiki Lady. I'm an Animal Reiki Master. And one of the things that I do is help people prepare for and cope with the loss of a pet. And not just a pet, right? There are animal companions, they're family members, and we often, frequently outlive them. And so I help people create the transition that they want so that they can really continue a space of love and a beautiful relationship with their animal companion even after they cross. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk a little bit about the afterlife and why it's not at the Rainbow Bridge. Okay, so let's get started. Let me tell you a little bit, if you're catching one of my videos for the very first time, a little bit about what I do when it comes to this little channeling piece. My Lucy crossed, and you've probably heard this story before, those of you who have watched my videos. My Lucy crossed in August of 2020, and her transition was one that was assisted. So it was planned. She had aged, she was 13 years old. Her body was failing her. She had gone through a really, really rough time, and on the final weekend, she had finally given me that look. She looked at me in the eyes, her eyes to my eyes, and it was a look of, Mom, I can't do this anymore. And she had lost control of her bodily functions. I was using a little harness to help her go to the bathroom. And it was that last time. Then she just looked at me. She stared at me like, do I have to do this anymore? And we knew that she didn't. And we spent a whole weekend in a beautiful, loving space. And on Monday went to the veterinarian, and I hate to use the word wonderful, but it was one of the most beautiful experiences of our lives. There were several of us there to help guide her. And at the moment of her transition, she took one deep, beautiful breath. And on her exhale, she filled us all with this most amazing sense of love. It filled our hearts up to the brim. We were all crying, not out of grief, but out of this amazing sense of peace and calm and love that she shared with us. I'd never felt anything like it before in my life. And she opened up these amazing doors for me. When she transitioned to the other side and stepped into her higher self, which, yes, all of our animals have a higher self too. When she stepped into her higher self, she began to share with me messages to share with you. She wanted me to share with you messages of love and peace, and to kind of help you understand what it's really like when an animal transitions. So I've got all kinds of videos about that. You can always go check them out. Just look in the little video library there. But for today, she wants me to share something very special. And I have been actually doing some channels for different animal companions. So those of you who have reached out to me, asked me to kind of get in touch with your animal companion, I've been doing that. But today, Lucy came to me with a very special message that there is someone, and I don't know who it is, and it could be more than one person. Someone is really experiencing a sense of loss today. Not just a sense of loss, but a sense of utter loneliness, as if their animal companion was their only companion. And what do they do, and how do they go forward without their animal in their life? And she filled me this morning, so I just close my eyes and I go into a brief meditation. I just focus on my breath and I ask her, just tell me what it is that you want me to share. And this is what she wants to share today. She's filled me with a sense of loneliness, that there was a real sense of loss and loneliness, that their animal companion was gone, and this person or persons was feeling just an intense sense of loss. And she asked me to share a message with you. So if you're feeling this, please know that this message comes from Lucy on the other side. Some of you call it the other side of the veil. Some of you are calling it the Rainbow Bridge. And the Rainbow Bridge is honestly a place that does not exist, but that doesn't mean that our animal companions aren't there waiting for us. Our animal companions, when they transition, stay right by our sides. They do not ever leave us. So it feels good every once in a while to think of them as this beautiful, lovely place that we call the Rainbow Bridge waiting for us on the day that we transition. But you don't have to transition in order to meet them there. In fact, I'll post in the comments below, I will pin the link to the video that I have that will take you on a guided journey to the Rainbow Bridge if that's what you'd like to do, to connect with your animal companion. But what Lucy wants me to share with you today is that they are by our side every single day. So within the past 18 months, I lost Lucy, Winston, and Jack. And they were my pack. They were my pack. But they were all seniors, and I knew that their time here on earth was ready to come to an end. And I prepared myself for that, and that's what I like to help you guys with too. But I know that Jack and Lucy and Winston are always with me. They are by my side all the time. They try to do everything possible to get our attention. They have, for those of you, you know this, they have a certain smell, or they had a certain sound, or a certain habit, or the way they brushed against our leg. They try to get through to you with that same thing. So think about, I know the smell of my dogs. I know when I felt Lucy jump onto the bed. I know what it sounded like. Okay, so Jack was a toilet drinker. I know what it sounded like when Jack was taking a drink from the toilet. I know Winston, I called him the little snuffalopicus, this little sound that only he could make. Recall that to mind, and I'm going to walk you through this in just a second. So if you want the long version and to connect on the Rainbow Bridge, just go to the video that I'm going to post below. Otherwise, I want you to join me today as I help you recognize that your animal companion is still with you right in this moment, and that the loneliness, I don't minimize it in any way, but I want you to know that you can reach out to them at any time and know that they are still with you. That their love and their energy and their spirit and their soul and their very essence never, ever goes away. They will always be here for you. And in another video, we'll talk about how they can also always return for you. But for now, to know that they're by your side, as long as you're not driving. If you're driving or doing something, that you have to come back to this, then come back to it, because I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and just to breathe with me for a couple minutes. So we're just going to take in a few deep breaths. Focus on your breath. Focus on your breath. Breathe in. Gently breathe out. Now, I believe that all of us carry a light above us. There's always this beautiful love, this beautiful light of love that shines right above our head, and we always have access to that. It's what we learn in Reiki, that it's universal energy, it's our spirit, and we can breathe that in. So when you take in a deep breath, I want you to pull in some love with that. Breathe in some love. Let your heart begin to feel light. Just breathe that in, and now call to mind your animal companion, whoever that may be, a dog, a cat, a guinea pig, a horse. Whoever your animal companion is, just call them into your mind and remember the love that you feel for them. Let your heart fill with it. Remember their smell, remember their sound, that special little meow, that little woof that only your dog could make, that beautiful little soft nicker that your horse would make. Feel them brush against your leg. Just call that to your mind and begin to fill your heart with love. Breathe it in, let it expand, even if it hurts a smidge. Bring it in, feel it, let your heart fill and fill with each breath. Let your heart become fuller, almost to the point of bursting. Let it fill so much that you begin to feel chills. Let the chills just travel down your spine. Let it fill your whole being. Let it fill your whole body. You can feel it in your fingertips, feel it down to your toes. That is the love of your animal companion. And now feel them, hear them, smell them, know them. They are the ones who have filled your heart with love right now. They are the ones who will always fill your heart with love. Fill it up as much as you want, whenever you want. And know that they're with you always. It's that simple. Every day you could do this. You could do it in the morning. You could do it in the evening before bed. You can do it whenever you're feeling that pang, that little pang of loss. Do this little exercise to know that they are with you, and watch how they show up for you. Watch as they send you reminders throughout the day that they're still with you. You may hear their name. You may see another animal who's very much like them. Anything can happen. You may see something on television. All of these things are ways that they get in touch with you. They want you to know that you are not alone, that they may be waiting for you at the Rainbow Bridge, but at the same moment, they are with you by your side every single day if you'll just let them in. It's a beautiful feeling, and I thank you so much for joining me. That's our little message for today from Lucy. And again, I'll post that. I'll post a link below to the longer video that will take you, if you'd like to, go on a little journey to the Rainbow Bridge to connect with your animal companion. And for now, may the animals light your way. I love you so much. Take care. Bye.